Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Meryl-Lee Roach and today's video is a bit different than all the other videos that I do on my channel, but I have read a wonderful book recently. It is definitely the second best book that I've read so far for the year. This book is called Atomic Habits and I just needed to do a book review of this book. I gave myself 1 month to complete this book. I started reading this book on the 11th of August and I completed this book on the 9th of September. So just before 1 month I completed reading this book, and I need to say that this book is such a good book that I told my husband I definitely need to do a sit down video. I definitely need to do a review video. I highlighted a few things as I was reading through the book. Sometimes I did not highlight because I was so engaged in the book. So I am just going to share a few things that I have personally highlighted in this book, and I just need to share the amazing experience that I got out of reading this book to some of you guys. If you are not a reader, I can 100% say that this will get you to become a reader. And if you are very much intentional about making big decisions in your life but in a small way that you can manage, and if you are at a point in your life where you're starting to become more intentional about your life, this is definitely the book. Wasting any of your guys' time, we are gonna go straight into this amazing bestseller book. So this is how the book looks. It is Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones by James Clear. Okay, so let's get straight into this book. Where I started underlining for the first time was on page 6, where he wrote, a habit is a routine or a behavior that is performed regularly and in many cases automatically. With the same habit, you'll end up with the same results, but with better habits, anything is possible. Further on, he wrote, page 25, it was only when they implemented a system of continuous small improvements that they achieved a different outcome. Fix the inputs and the outputs will fix themselves. Page 27 of this book. The purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. True long-term thinking is goalless thinking. I just need to say that again. We are so goal driven these days, but this is what he says, page 27 of this book. True long-term thinking is goalless thinking. It's not about any single accomplishment. It is about the cycle of endless refinement and continuous improvement. Ultimately, it is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. You do not need to rise to the level of your goals. You need to fall to the level of your system. Page 33. It is one thing to say, I'm the type of person who wants this. It's something very different to say, I'm the type of person who is this. Page 34. True behavior change is identity change. Doing the right thing is easy. After all, when your behavior and your identity is fully aligned, you are no longer pursuing behavior change. You are simply acting like the type of person you already are. Many people walk through life in a slumber, blindly following norms attached to their identity. I'm terrible at directions. I'm not a morning person. I'm bad at remembering people's names. I'm always late. I'm not good with technology. I'm horrible at math. Page 36. This is why you can't get too attached to one version of your identity. Progress requires unlearning. Becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your beliefs and to upgrade and expand your identity. I need to read this again because this for me was mind-blowing, and when I read this just sparked something within me. This is why you can't get too attached to one version of your identity. Progress requires unlearning. Becoming the best version of yourself requires to continuously edit to your beliefs and to upgrade and expand your identity. He goes on by saying, your identity emerges with your habits. You are not born with preset beliefs. Every belief, including those about yourself, is learned and conditioned through experiences. The more you repeat a behavior, the more you reinforce the identity associated with that behavior. Your identity is literally your repeated beingness. The process of building habits is actually the process of becoming yourself. Page 39. New identities requires new evidence. 1. Decide the type of person that you want to be. 2. Prove it to yourself with small wins to being the type of person who is consistent and reliable, identity-based. This book goes on to say, ultimately, your habits matter because they help you become the type of person you wish to be. They are the channel through which you develop your deepest beliefs about yourself. Quite literally, you become your habits. Page 48. Cravings are the second step. They are the motivational force behind every habit. Without some level of motivation or desire, without craving a change, you have no reason to act. Page 71. Many people think that they lack motivation when they really only lack clarity. I'm just going to read that again. Many people think that they lack motivation when they really just need clarity. Page 84. You don't have to be the victim of your environment. You can also be the architect of it. Environment design allows you to take back control and become the architect of your life. Be the designer of your world and not merely the consumer of it. A stable environment where everything has a place and a purpose is an environment where habits can easily form. Page 117. One of the most effective things you can do to build better habits is to join a culture where your desired behavior is a normal behavior. Here's the powerful part. There are many different ways to address the same underlying motive. One person might learn to reduce stress by smoking a cigarette. Another person learns to ease the anxiety by going for a run. Your current habits are not necessarily the best way to solve the problem you face. They are just the methods you learned to use. Reframing your habits to highlight their benefits rather than drawbacks is a fast and lightweight way to program your mind and to make a habit seem more attractive. Highlight the benefits of avoiding a bad habit to make it seem unattractive. Page 143. If you want to master a habit, the key is to start with repetition, not perfection. You don't need to map out every feature of a new habit. You just need to practice it. Page 160. Habits are like the entrance ramp to a highway. The habits you follow without thinking often determines the choices you make when you are thinking. Habits are the entry point, not the end point. The idea to make habits as easy as possible is to start. A new habit should not feel like a challenge. People often think it's weird to get hyped up about reading one page or meditating for 1 minute or making one sales call. But the point is not to do one thing. The point is to master the habit of showing up. The truth is, a habit must be established before it can be improved. The secret is to always stay below the point where it feels like work. It's better to do less than you hoped than to do nothing. Chapter 14. Sometimes success is less about making good habits easy and more about making bad habits hard. Page 170. A commitment device is a choice you make in the present that controls your actions in the future. Page 184. The problem wasn't knowledge. The problem was consistency. I just need to say that. The problem is not knowledge, but the problem is consistency. Page 189. And when you envision what you want your life to be like, it's easy to see the value in taking actions with long-term benefits. The more a habit becomes a part of your life, the less you need outside encouragement to follow through. A habit needs to be enjoyable for it to last. Page 197. Don't break the chain. Don't break the chain of workouts and you'll get fit faster than you expected. Don't break the chain of creating every day and you will end up with an impressive portfolio. The first mistake is never the one that ruins you. It's the spiral of repeated mistakes that follows. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is a start of a whole new habit. It's about being the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. It's easy to train when you feel good, but it's crucial to show up when you don't feel like it. Page 224. The optimal approach also depends on how much time you have. If you have a lot of time, like someone at the beginning of their career, it makes more sense to explore because once you find the right thing, you still have a good amount of time to exploit it. If you are pressed for time, say, as you come up with a deadline for a project, you should implement the best solution you've found so far to get some results. As you explore different options, there are a series of questions you can ask yourself to continually narrow in on the habits and areas that will be most satisfying to you. Just for one moment, ignore what you've been taught. Ignore what society has told you. Ignore what others expect of you. Look inside yourself and ask, what feels natural to me? When have I felt alive? When have I felt like the real me? No internal judgments or people pleasing. No second guessing or self-criticism. Just feelings of encouragement and enjoyment. Whenever you feel authentic and genuine, you are headed in the right direction. If you can't find a game where the odds are stacked in your favor, create one. When you can't win by being better, you can win by being different. By combining your skills, you reduce the level of competition, which makes it easier to stand out. This stood out for me. A good player works hard to win the game everyone is playing. A great player creates a new game that favors their strengths and avoids their weaknesses. Page 226. How to get the most out of your genes. The Goldilocks rule. The Goldilocks rule states that humans experience peak motivation when working on tasks that are right on the edge of their current abilities. Not too hard, not too easy, just right. When you are starting a new habit, it's important to keep the behavior as easy as possible so you can stick with it even when conditions aren't perfect. Page 233. Improvement requires a delicate balance. You need to regularly search for challenges that push you to your edge while continuing to make enough progress to stay motivated. And boredom is perhaps the greatest villain on the quest for self-improvement. 235. You have to fall in love with boredom. We all have goals that we would like to achieve and dreams that we would like to fulfill. But it doesn't matter when you are trying to be better at. If you are only to do the work when it's convenient or exciting, then you'll never be consistent enough to achieve remarkable results. The only way to become excellent is to be endlessly fascinated with doing the same thing over and over again. You fall in love with the boredom. Reflection can also bring a sense of perspective. Daily habits are powerful because of how they compound, but worrying too much about every daily choice is like looking at yourself in the mirror from an inch away. You see every imperfection and lose sight of the bigger picture. One solution is to avoid making any single aspect of your identity an overwhelming portion of who you are. Page 248. When you cling too tightly to one identity, you become brittle. Lose that one thing and you lose yourself. When you spend your whole life defining yourself in one way and that disappears, who are you now? Page 252. Success is not a goal to reach or a finish line to cross. It's a system to improve, an endless process to refine. Sometimes a habit will be hard to remember and you'll need to make it obvious. Other times you won't feel like starting and you'll need to make it attractive. In many cases, you may find a habit will be too difficult and you'll need to make it easy. And sometimes you won't feel like sticking with it and you'll need to make it satisfying. Page 253. The secret to getting results that last is to never stop making improvements. It's remarkable what you can build if you just don't stop. It's remarkable the business you can build if you just don't stop working. It's remarkable the body you can build if you don't stop training. It's remarkable the knowledge you can build if you don't stop learning. It's remarkable the fortune you can build if you do not stop saving. It's remarkable the friendships you can build if you don't stop caring. Small habits don't add up, they compound. That's the power of atomic habits. Tiny changes, remarkable results. I cannot fathom how good this book is. I cannot, guys. I have literally read to you guys a few lines that I personally underlined the moment I remembered to underline. There is so much in this book. There's so much more than everything I have literally just read out to you guys. This has been the best book. Second best book. This has been the second best book that I've read so far. It is my first book review that I'm doing for you guys. Basically the first read through, because I read through this book with you guys. But this is what I have been reading the month of August. Do you guys understand how good it is to change your mindset? So this is it for me. If you are at a point of your life where you want to become more intentional about your life, more intentional about your decisions, more intentional about your friendships, more intentional about your finances, more intentional about your everyday living, this is the book to start reading. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed filming this video. I do not know if you guys can see the excitement in my soul after basically rereading the book. I just relived my whole month of August all over again. This is it for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed me making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be making more of these videos because I am getting back to me reading so much more. I have already started my best book that I've read for the year. It is by Sarah Jakes Roberts. It is called Women Evolve. So this is my best book that I've read so far for the year. I read this book in March and I promised myself that I will read this book twice a year. This time around, I'm gonna be making notes, I'm gonna be underlining, and I'm gonna do a whole read-through / review of this book as well. This is it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. From me, Meryl-Lee Roach. Up until next time, see y'all guys. Bye.